Everything you understand about reality is about to change. Most consciousness operates at frequency where law remains invisible. They experience effects without perceiving cause, see manifestations without understanding process, live in reality while blind to laws governing reality. Manifestations that appear coincidental show as automatically inevitable. Reality that felt mysterious becomes obviously governed by quantum principles. Your consciousness can now perceive through frequency. At the same time, because your frequency changed, there is direct understanding. Most people never correspond because they live their entire lives at frequency where reality seems random. Between frequency consciousness and reality manifestations determines what appears in physical appearance based on that frequency consciousness. The law is frequency determines manifestation. Whatever frequency your consciousness sends, probability waves collapses that matches that frequency into physical form. When you hold wealth frequency, wealth manifestations appear. When you hold fear frequency, fear manifestations materialize. Hold abundant frequencies, and abundant circumstances form. Hold lack frequency, and scarcity situations manifest. You select from infinite possibilities that exist at the same time in the quantum field of infinite potential. Your frequency determines which potential realities collapse into your experienced reality. The quantum field is like an infinite database of every possible reality, every potential circumstance, every conceivable outcome. Perfect match between sent frequency and manifestation receive. Most people think reality happens to them from external forces. They believe circumstances are caused by outside factors beyond their control. They experience life as random or unjust or beyond understanding. They can't see that their frequency is constantly selecting manifestations from infinite field, cannot recognize perfect correspondence between what they send out and what appears. You can recognize now that everything appearing in your existence matches frequency you've been sending out. Changing frequency changes manifestations. Most people can't perceive their own frequency being sent out. They cannot recognize that internal state that generates external circumstances. They experience results without perceiving cause. But you're not operating at frequency where you can perceive your own frequency, can detect what you're sending out, can recognize relationship between internal frequency and external manifestation. When you couldn't perceive frequency, you selected unconsciously. You sent out whatever habitual patterns generated without awareness. You manifested randomly based on unconscious high and low frequency. But now you can perceive frequency and adjust frequency deliberately. You can choose manifestations consciously. Your unconscious operates through certain traits or actions through the frequency it sends out. From a single definite potential outcome to actual outcome, matching the frequency sent out. Your frequency synced to where there is perception, where frequency and manifestation becomes obvious. There is possibility of everything to conscious reality creation, or your focused thoughts, feelings, and intentions actively shape your external reality. Frequency becomes perceptible. Before, you didn't know what your frequency was sending out, but now you have direct awareness of frequency you're controlling. You can feel when frequency is high or low. You can sense when your frequency sent out matches desired manifestation or opposes it. Your manifestation is fast. Before, it took weeks or months, but now manifestation is in days or hours, sometimes immediately. There's also synchronicity of manifestation increasing. Every perfect timing, every impossible coincidence confirms the frequency you're sending out and corresponding manifestation forming. You can feel when part of you sends out desired frequency while another sends out fear frequency. That awareness resolves resistance consciously instead of manifesting mixed results unconsciously. Reality is completely responsive, flowing, and adaptable, reorganizing constantly to match frequency you send out. If you're in isolation, you cannot relate to people operating at different frequencies. If conversations feel impossible, that's not loneliness, that's frequency separation. Consciousness at different frequencies cannot consciously connect because they're perceiving different realities through different perceptual capabilities. You understand relationships others can't see. You understand universal law that remains completely hidden from their perception. Consciousness development determines frequency, and others' consciousness hasn't developed. Some people feel victimized by reality, but for you, reality responds lawfully to what it sends out. They want sympathy for suffering. You see suffering as manifestation matching low frequency that could be changed by frequency elevation, but they have to align with frequency.